of the Vanguard newspaper, page 7, that's where we're starting from. Pastor Adefarasin turns himself into Lagos police.
So apparently this video, which started off I think as some kind of prank, where Pastor Adefarasin was hailed by a supposed area boy. You know all these pranks that a lot of these.
I think it was the gentleman was just a content creator.
It's a content creator, yes. So try to play it. Anyway, in the video, he was driving a Range Rover. And the Range Rover had no registration number, which gives me more concern than the fact that he was probably carrying what appeared to be a gun. So the content creator hailed him and he lifted up the item. I don't think, when looking at that video, I've tried to look at it quite well. I don't think it's a gun, because when I looked at the nozzle, if he was going to carry a pistol, it wouldn't. I don't think the nozzle would be that big. So I don't know what it was. The police will sort that out. But the one of greater concern to me is how an educated adult, full-grown adult in Nigeria, is driving a vehicle on the Nigerian roads without any form of registration. And that is part of the indiscipline we've been talking about in this country. And I hope whatever happens to him will serve as an example to this idea that I'm a VIP to show who I am. I'm not going to put any registration number. You know, I've been complaining about this for so long. Part of the irresponsibility of our elites. Because this is what it is. When you drive a vehicle, if the vehicle hasn't been registered, you use what you call a dealer's plate number. Your dealer will put his so that the car can be identified. I will see what the Lagos State government will have to say about a man driving a vehicle that is not registered. I want to see where that is going. I don't think it was a pistol, what he did put up. I don't think. If it's a pistol, then it must be some new kind of pistols that I probably don't know about. But what concerns me more, the more evident one, is the issue, because this is how it goes. A lot of our elites, they have these cars, they don't register them. They have a so-called backup vehicle, they don't register them, and they cause mayhem on the road. And I think that the elite have been watching too many American movies and believe somewhat that that is the way it goes in the Western world. If you live in the world of movies, to use Fela's phrase, you go miss road. America is not a lawless country. Never make that mistake. One slip and you are in it. For you to think that, okay, so the way they portray it in movies is the way you are going to live in Nigeria, I hope we'll be able to make an example of certain elite. It doesn't make it any better than the fact that the man is a pastor. And we have our problems with pastors as it is, with some of them, not all of them, who generally again always have this tendency to believe that they are above the law. So we are going to wait. Whether it was a gun or not, that's a matter for the police. But we are going to wait to see the Lagos State government's position on how he could drive a vehicle that is not registered, and to find out for how long has he had that vehicle. We will inadvertently put a stop to the irresponsibility of our elites in this country, bit by bit. I noticed, for example, at one or two social events I attended recently, the incidence of people moving around with security people has somewhat, it's been tempered. But we will not stop until we get some final closure. If you don't feel safe enough to come to a party, sit down like a gentleman and not become a nuisance to other people, stay in your house. We have indulged the elite of this society for too long. And some of us are hell-bent that Nigeria will not become a concrete jungle. So the story says that he has turned himself in. That word itself, he has its own implications, but we'll overlook it. When you say you turn yourself in, were you wanted? Was he invited by the police? If he had been a lesser person, would the police be waiting for him to turn himself in? Or they would have sent at least 2 people to, in the first instance, invite him? You know, but they say he has turned himself in over a viral video allegedly holding allegedly showing him holding a firearm during an encounter with the content creator. Another lesson to learn from this is that one thing you should be sure of: there is no hiding place in the world anymore. You don't know. Big Brother is watching you at every point. Yorubas have a proverb: if you don't want people to know what you're doing, don't do it. Know that even when you close your windows and draw your curtains, there could be that hidden camera put there by your domestic whatever, hidden. Okay, and they'll make a lot of money out of it. So all of us have to be extremely careful.
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of an update there
Okay.
from what I'm seeing here.
That's online.
Yes, Vanguard.
Okay.
That he's been granted bail.
Granted bail.
Mm-hmm.
Was he arrested?
I guess so.
I don't understand. So there's a video showing him carrying something that looks like a firearm and whatever. I thought that you'd question him first, and therefore, if you found the need, you would then have arrested him. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything other than what is here. Maybe I should go through the story.
Yeah, go through the story.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Vanguard is reporting that senior Pastor Paul Adefarasin of House on the Rock has been granted bail by the Lagos State Police Command hours after voluntarily turning himself in for investigation. And this was disclosed on official X page of the command by the Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin. According to Hundeyin, the item recovered from Adefarasin was not a firearm,
Exactly.
but a stun gun, which is classified as a prohibited anti-riot device.
Now I get it.